Hello and welcome to this week's writing tips. So today we will be discussing how not to structure your novel. It can be very difficult to write a successful story. It is even harder to write a top-notch good story on the first draft. In the writing world, you might have heard the phrase, the first shitty draft. You can't have it perfect on the first try. It's virtually impossible. Over the revision stages, the story will change, adapt and evolve over the course of time before it is finally ready to be sent to a publisher. Writers often talk about their first draft having confusing plot sequences, no sense in the storyline, misspelled words, issues with grammar, world building inconsistencies, repetitive words too close to each other, overused adjectives, and other mistakes that can easily be spotted as you work on your book. There are mistakes in story structure that make up the essence of your story, and these might not be as easily picked up or are more difficult to spot. So I will be discussing ways in which you might be making a mistake in your writing and how to fix the problems before you even send your manuscript off to a publisher. So here are ways not to structure your novel. Plot fails. Where a storyline is introduced but there is no resolution, or the plot is left hanging in thin air, the reader will see it, and this is when the book is put back on the shelf unread. So ensure you tie up all loose ends. The protagonist. If you don't build a solid character who has an emotional journey as they progress through the story, if there's no development or character building, then the reader will not invest in your protagonist character when the time is needed. World building. If the setting is not mentioned, the environment, this includes sensory details, then it will be impossible for the reader to imagine the space surrounding your characters. It's vital that if you are world building and you are half-hearted or lazy, the reader will know this. Setting is also very good for adding to the atmosphere and can actually enhance a scene. Storyline. I can't stress enough the importance of having conflict and dilemma in the storyline. It should be there to push the story along, some kind of emotional journey for your character, how the protagonist character solves conflict, the risks and where the reader is sure to feel some emotional, physical effect for the character. They should be by now investing in their well-being. If there is no conflict, there is no story. It's quite easy to make the mistake of having too many hurdles to navigate for your protagonist character as well, until the protagonist character finds a resolution to the conflict. Cliffhangers. So these are good in some instances where this does work, but as a whole, it really has to be noticeable and easy for the reader to click onto. However, if you as the writer choose to have an unanswered or unresolved ending, then you risk the chance of the reader being unsatisfied with the ending. The protagonist's emotional journey suffers because there are no results to see, there is no after and no epilogue. This seems to happen in quite a lot of book stories, the series where the author stops the story suddenly with no resolution. Central elements can suffer from this, like the resolution of the central conflict. And this also means that the three-act structure falls apart as there is no Act 3. Just remember that it is important to solve the main conflict, otherwise the book will not be successful and will not probably be picked up by a publisher. So that is some interesting points to consider so you don't structure your novel in the wrong way. It's important to get it right, so before you even think about sending it off to a publisher. So I hope that has helped you in your writing journey this week. Until next time, stay safe for now, and yeah, bye.